Have you ever stood in front of one of South India's massive temples and just felt completely awestruck by the sheer scale and detail? I mean, these aren't just old buildings. They are epic stories carved right into the stone. So today, let's dive in and really uncover the architectural language behind these incredible structures.
So, what are the secrets hidden inside their design? How do all those intricate pieces actually fit together? Well, today we're going to decode these marvels, piece by piece, like we're solving a giant, beautiful puzzle. And I promise, by the end of this, you'll be able to look at these temples and read them like an open book.
Okay, so what we're talking about here is a specific style known as Dravidian architecture. This tradition goes way back. It first appeared in the 7th century and really hit its stride under legendary empires like the Pallavas and the Cholas.
And get this style has some serious staying power. It wasn't just some flash in the pan. It kicks off with the Pallavas, is pretty much perfected by the Cholas, and then keeps developing for 1,000 years under later empires. That's an incredible legacy of non-stop creativity.
All right, time to go on a little virtual tour. We're going to deconstruct a typical Dravidian temple element by element so you can really get how all these amazing pieces come together. We'll start from the very outside and work our way right to its sacred heart.
First up, the feature you probably recognize instantly, the Gopuram.
This is that monumental, towering gateway. The one that's usually covered in sculptures and just dominates the skyline. Think of it as this big, grand welcome sign that's basically telling you you are now leaving the everyday world behind and stepping into a sacred space.
So, once you pass through that incredible Gopuram, you'll find yourself in the Prakar. These are the high boundary walls that wrap around the entire temple complex. They create these nested courtyards that act as buffers, separating the divine and peaceful interior from all the noise and chaos of the outside world.
Now, moving further inside, we come to a large, pillared hall. This is called the Mandapa.
The Mandapa is all about community. It's this grand, open hall where people gather for prayers and rituals. And the pillars, they aren't just for holding up the roof. They're often works of art themselves, just covered in these detailed carvings that tell ancient myths and stories.
Okay, now I want you to look up. That tower rising over the most sacred part of the temple, that's the Vimana. And it's a key feature that really defines this entire style.
So, unlike the smooth, curving towers you might see in North Indian temples, the Dravidian Vimana is a step pyramid. It rises in these tiers that get smaller and smaller as they go up, kind of like a staircase to the heavens. And right at the top, it's crowned with this dome-shaped capstone. This unique pyramidal shape is what makes it so instantly recognizable. Now, directly beneath that soaring Vimana is the absolute heart of the temple, the Garbhagriha. The word Garbhagriha literally means womb chamber, and honestly, that's the perfect way to describe it. It's this small, dark, almost cave-like room. It's kept simple on purpose, to focus all your attention and all the energy on the idol of the deity inside. The entire, massive temple is designed and built around this one powerful central spot.
And finally, one more feature you'll find in almost every temple complex is a large body of water, known as the temple tank.
You see, water is absolutely essential for rituals of purification. This sacred reservoir is where priests and devotees perform ceremonial bathing before worship. It's a vital part of the temple's daily life, both on a spiritual and a practical level.
So, now that we have all the building blocks, let's see how they come together in some of the most spectacular temples on Earth. Let's take a look at a few really famous examples. First up, the Brihadishwara Temple. This is it. This is the absolute peak of Chola architecture. Its Vimana is so huge and so perfectly designed, it's considered an engineering marvel, even by today's standards. Just incredible.
Next, let's go to the Meenakshi Temple in Madurai. If you really want to experience the full power of the Gopuram, this is the place to see it. Its gateways are just unbelievably massive, and they're covered in thousands of brightly painted sculptures. It's an unforgettable and, frankly, a little overwhelming visual feast.
And now let's jump back in time to the Pallava era with the Shore Temple. This one is perched right on the coast of the Bay of Bengal, and it's one of the oldest and most elegant examples of the style. You can really see the early stages of Dravidian architecture here. And to round it out, we have the Virupaksha Temple in Hampi.
This is a fantastic example of the later Vijayanagara style, and what's amazing is that it's still a living, breathing center of worship today. It really shows how this tradition continued to thrive and adapt over the centuries. So, as you can see, putting all these parts together, the Gopuram, the Vimana, the Mandapa, it's about way more than just building something. It's about creating an entire universe in miniature. These temples are true cultural cornerstones.
You know, this quote really nails it. These temples are living, breathing symbols of an entire region's identity. They represent the absolute pinnacle of art, of engineering genius, and of deeply held cultural beliefs, all preserved in stone for 1,000 years. So let me leave you with this final thought. We've just learned the basic grammar of Dravidian architecture. The next time you see a picture of one of these temples, or maybe you're lucky enough to stand in front of one, do you think you'll see it differently? Will you be able to look beyond the stone and start to read the incredible story it's telling?